What makes you black? What you wear does not make you black. How much money you make does not make you black. How you speak does not make you black. Whether you've been in or out of the struggle does not make you black. All these things don't make you black. When you put African Americans in general tend to put themselves in a box of all these different material type things, you know, like buying a $30,000 Hummer with 26-inch rims makes you black, or acting a certain way, speaking Ebonics makes you black. And then they look at other black men who don't do the same things, who don't live by the same rules and regulations, and go, oh, you're not black, because basically you're not rolling with the bandwagon, you're not with the rest of the world, you're not presenting yourself the way the mass media presents what a black man is and what black society is like. And that's because black society isn't like that. All black society isn't in the hood, you know. All black society doesn't wear Timberlands, you know. And I think African Americans in general tend to put themselves in a box, like I said before, and sort of box themselves in. It's not even anyone outside. We do it to ourselves. We put our own selves in these little boxes. And I don't think that we understand that when you put yourself in this box, you're excluding yourself from all the other options that you might have out in the world. All these other different experiences that you could experience, but you won't experience them because you're black, because you're dark skinned, or you're light skinned, or whatever you want to call it, or because you're from the hood. You know, all of this material stuff doesn't make you black. Just because a black man plays golf doesn't mean he's not black. That doesn't make him any less black than the dude that's been hooping all his life. You feel me? Skin color doesn't even make you black anymore, because I remember I was on a flight to London one time. Dude darker than me, a flight attendant. I go up to him and I ask, is he from America? He says no. And I say, well, try to talk to him, and I just say, black man to black man. He says, no, I'm not a black man. And he gets offended. He says, I'm English. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this guy, and he looks like he's fresh off the boat. You know what I'm saying? And I have to laugh to myself, because he's not black. Now that I look at it right now and I think about it, he's not black. And that comes back to the question, if skin color doesn't count, if all these material things don't count, then what really makes you black? In my opinion, how much you know about African American history and our heritage is what makes you black. And what I mean by that is, every black man or woman should know of the struggle, you know, of a struggle, because that's been a constant thing throughout black history. Black people had to struggle for a pretty long time in America, for over 300 years. And if you don't know that, no matter what skin tone you are, you cannot be black, because you don't know your ancestry. You don't know your ancestry, you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are, then how are you going to know the rules and regulations for what makes anything, you know? You don't know yourself, then you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself, you don't love anything, you know? So I think most people, black people today in general, have no idea who they are, because they don't know their heritage. They don't know their history. Our history isn't written in the academic record books that you read in school every day, you know. They're not written in the history books or the art books, you know, unless you go out and ask for a specific type African art or African American and blues or something like that. Our history and heritage is usually passed down from generation to generation. That's how we've been able to keep our history and heritage, through other black people telling older generations, telling the younger generations and such. And I think at some point there's something happened where one generation is, specifically the generation that I belong to, I call it the lost generation. And I've had countless amounts of conversations with many other people who agree. And at this point, I would say that, like I said, if most African Americans don't know who they are, the real question comes down to, is the black race becoming extinct?